Patriot 6. We're back. I'm feeling much better. I just totally lost my voice the other night. I'm right on time tonight, so I know no one's here. I'm going to let people start coming in. I'm going to say the pledge. I'm going to say, I'll play the music, and then I'll be back. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, where the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota, the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, oh, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, oh, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt it's this land. God bless the USA. God bless this country. To be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the
God bless the USA. Proud to be an American. Hello, Janet. Hello, Bill. Hello, Russ. Dearberg. Good to see all you guys here. Okay. Reason no show Wednesday night. Guys, I was without a voice. I know a lot of people have given me many remedies as to what I could do. But the bottom line is, I can take this, I can take this, I can take this. But this wasn't something that I was sick. I had told everybody that on Monday I had an appointment. I went into that appointment and I had to lay in a machine. That I had to lay into a machine that it kind of reminded me like a special bed. Only thing, there was no glass top, and it was construction. Couldn't hardly move. They had earphones on me, and I kept listening to babe, 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 and just weird sounds. And it would say, breathe in and hold. There was one time as I'm breathing in and holding, in my head I'm counting. I got over 45. I mean, I'm 71 years old. To hold my breath for 45 seconds, I mean, when it got done, I started coughing like crazy. She goes, you okay in there? And I said, no. You trying to kill me, I think, but I survived it. I came home that day, and the next day, my daughter needed me to babysit. And everything was good Monday. Tuesday, I went over and I babysat the 3 kids, got them dinner, lunch at Dairy Queen, and had a great thing. Hi, Myrna. Hi, Janet, Margaret. And I really was having a good day, and then I just decided to lay down. And when I woke up from a little nap in the afternoon, I had no voice. I had no voice all Tuesday night. I sat down here trying to watch TV with Ron, and every time I would say something, it would be, what? What? It got to where I just finally, hey, I'm not going to talk because you can't understand me, and it was frustrating, but it happens. But before I go any further, hello, Elaine. I've seen people saying this. I was told, and I looked it up a little bit, that Elaine, our one and only here, she had a credit card bill paid off. And I've always said I'm not going to talk about this, about getting our bills paid off, until we actually see and know that we have someone that it did it to. Because when you go on these other people's sites on Messenger, Telegram, wherever, and Facebook, wherever you go on their groups, and it's always, I had all my bills paid off. When I called to ask them why, and they told me I didn't know. Don't worry about it. You don't have to pay nothing. Can we see proof? No. And I always said I really wouldn't talk much about this. I believe it's going to happen. I believe it's going to happen for all of us. But I wanted to have someone in our group. And then Elaine, after Monday night's call, or on Monday night's call, or whatever, she posted that she had one of her credit card bills paid off. And I'm happy for her. So that's why I decided to talk about this. And, I've had a long, long week. Like I said, I can take anything you want me to take. But what happened to me this weekend, losing my voice, I have no clue of what happened. It was just like God said, you talk too much, and I'm going to shut you up for a while. And he did. But I was able to get some good rest through that time, and I got away. And guys, for any of yous that are questioning what's going on, aka me, that might be the best medicine for you, is just to get away for a day, 36 hours, whatever. Because and you're going to hear it tonight when I do the show, it's the same old song and dance. It's always going to be, I mean, who's not getting excited for Wednesday the 2nd? I am. See, because my president told me it's Liberation Day. What?
I thought Tuesday was the 2nd.
No, Wednesday is the 2nd. Today's the 28th. Means tomorrow's the 29th, Sunday's the 30th, and Monday's the 31st. But I'm getting excited about it. But, then I think, well, how many times did we hear him say, and Junior? I don't know who's playing Junior, but I'm at the point right now, Junior's gone. Prove to me he's here, because, why would someone that loves us so much, that hid the way he hid, why would he come back and lie to us so much? Because this man literally, I went back and figured it out. And it was over 40 times he posted, it's February. It's always been February. It's February. It's always been February. Well, you know what? I don't care what calendar you go by. It's February's gone, and you can't go 13 days forward, 13 days back. You can't do it. And why are they continuous lying to us? All of the work we did to get this man elected. All of the work. And I say that with a smile on my face. All of the promises. Remember his promise? When I'm elected, 2 weeks later, there will be no war in Russia and the Ukraine. Mark my words. What are we supposed to mark? Strike one? I don't know. But you know what? He did get no tax for tips. And there is some good news. I'm going to read it in a little bit. There is a state, and I'm going to read about it a little bit, tell you about it. There is a state that, starting in July, no income tax. No taxes. No state taxes. No state taxes. There is a country, another one, who has chosen XRP, and I'm going to tell you about that here in a little bit. They've chosen XRP to be their major currency, trading back and forth with other countries. And in the area that they're in, and it, you might know them. They're a little country that because of some idiotic people we had running the United States of America, and they thought, hey, you know what? It's better to make a lot of money over there in that country. It's better to keep people in jobs than it is to protect teenagers' lives. Let's let them go over there and die for a worthless cause that finally, after all these years, they're starting to get a little credit for. Yeah, it's that country. I don't know how many here knows about that country. We all do. But how many actually know somebody that didn't come home? Or when they did come home, they come home in a box. My best friend at the time, his brother didn't come home right. He came home in a box. Fiance, within 2.5 weeks, having their daughter. A very, very great friend of our family, but more so of my cousin Mikey and Donnie, who both of them served in Vietnam. Their best friend didn't come home. This was an amazing young man. But see, their lives didn't matter because, see, these cabal people just kept putting money in their pocket, in their pocket, in their pocket. And now we got someone that's going to stop that. There will be no more war. 1,000 years, they say. We'll stop these wars in 2 weeks when I'm president, but he didn't do it. And I'm not cutting the man down. I'm just pointing out facts. I really love reading people posting, oh, wow, gas is going down drastically here. Eggs are going down drastically here. I was in the store just a little bit ago. Eggs, $6.99 a dozen. Went by 2 gas stations. $3.28 at one and $3.29 at the other. But then again, I know we have a terrible governor. Boy, isn't he in a lot of trouble. Oh, is he in a lot of trouble. I'm not even going to go into what he's into, because if the man was actually still with us, but what they're going to start to announce now, what they're investigating him on, is not just one count. It's like stealing from all of us people. They have no conscience. But I should talk to the children first, because we do take pride in the children. So before I get in the show, but there were some things I need to bring up. Hi, Bill. How you doing? Denny, good to see you. Lita, Okay, and Margaret just said for all those who assisted in the military, thank you. And that's something I'm going to read in just a little bit too. There's something about other things to give thanks to. But I'm glad you brought that up, Savior. So, yesterday was a good day. For the first time in many years, because I have grandkids and I've been babysitting them, I've seen 3 of them now through 4 of them through preschool before they go to kindergarten. Man, you got to go to school to get taught how to go to school. It's an amazing concept now. Hey, we want mom to work. We want dad to work. We don't want to stay at home, mom. We don't want love in the family. We want everybody working so we can make lots and lots of money so we can go out to eat all the time. We're going to put our kid in preschool at 2.5 or 3 years old. Oh, well, that's good. They can go a second year too. And then they'll go to kindergarten. Some of these kids nowadays, by the time they get through preschool and kindergarten, if they go to that thing called, college, 17 years. They're 21 years old and they went to school for 17, 18 years. Man, 12 was all I could handle. All I can say is thank you, God, for not making me go to kindergarten. I didn't even want to go to first grade. I told my mom, I said, I'm too smart to go to first grade. Let me just wait another year and I'll go to second. And she said, yeah. Then when I got in school and I started bringing report cards home, she said, what happened? Did you get done when you went to school? I said, they don't teach me nothing, Mom. So anyway, for the kids, Jimmy, I'm doing much better. Thank you for asking. The last couple days, Jimmy's posted, how's Ralph doing? And getting a little absent-minded because both times I thought I responded to him and realized I didn't. It's just one of those things. Patriot 11, I have no idea where you are, buddy. If anybody knows anything about him, I'd appreciate letting me know how he's doing. Grandma, if you're listening, I just hope Grandma and Grandpa's okay too, because, I figured someone would let me know. I was just reading something there. Good evening, Eileen. But, Karate Kid and Wyatt Earp. Watched a little Wyatt Earp the other night. Hi, Mike. Hey, Mike. You did me dirty, buddy. Ron showed me your dragon bonds you purchased. You got a lot of them, bud. I went out and matched you. I said, Ron, we can't have Mike Davis have more than we got. So all the people here, pray for the Chinese, what are they, golden bonds, Ron?
Yeah.
Yeah, pray for them to come in good because, guys, we're going to be good. Lucky you, David. I don't think we'll ever go under $3. Not until we get rid of the fat man. And guys, I don't say that as a disrespect.
They charge us so much tax.
I don't say that to be disrespectful to fat people. It's just this man is just, I could call him a lot of other things, but we'd get my show shut down. If you really wanted me to tell you my feelings about him. But, yeah, I watched Wyatt Earp the other day. He was brave. He was courageous. And he always won. Isn't it funny how these old cowboys, the good guys, never lose a gunfight? Man, I watched a guy in a gunfight the other day, and that other guy had his gun drawn, was ready to shoot, and pause so the other guy could draw and shoot him and get him. And in the word of Hawk Harrelson, he gone. Hey, kids, speaking of Hawk Harrelson, his team, the White Sox, they won yesterday. Hey, they're in first place. Might not be tomorrow. Might not be the day after, but by God, as a White Sox fan, I got to say,
above 500.
my team was in first place. Now, here's the magical thing. Because, there's got to be numbers, kids. There's got to be numbers for everything. In the last 10 years, there's only been 3 teams that started opening up day, and they won 8-1. They won by a final score of 8-1. One of them was the Dodgers. The other one was the Atlanta Braves. And both years they went on to win the World Series. So as a White Sox fan, guys, can you see how excited I am about this season? Check with me in a couple of weeks. No, because I still will be, because I love baseball. And I just hope and pray that when it all comes down, we can save it. But we'll save it the right way. And kids, I wanted to bring this up to you. Because I have not hid the fact that when we get all of this and the money that we could get, I've talked to Ron, and I want to buy the Chicago White Sox. The owner we got now is cheap. But I really don't want to buy him by myself. There's another guy that I would love to go in with, and we could make this guy an offer that it would hurt neither one of our piggy banks, but then we could build a team. But see, one of the things that I want to do if I buy the team is I want to take at least 2,500 seats. And I don't mean, well, we're going to put them up in the nosebleed section. They're going to go off into the wild blue yonder. I want to get 2,500 kids at least. I'd like to shoot for 5,000. But organizations, schools, whatever, kids that can't afford games. But I would like to bring 2,500 kids a day into the game. As they brought into the game with the people who chaperone them, the bus drivers and the chaperone would get their tickets. But the kids would get a hat and a t-shirt to wear at the game that day. And also give them between a $25 and a $35 token that you take it. Okay, I want a hot dog. You give it to the people. They ring it, and whatever amount comes off. A little card, And they can't spend it on souvenirs. They've got their souvenirs. But then they can have food and drinks. They can have a good time. But then we're also going to have to, I would say, give a hat and a t-shirt to the grown-ups too. I would like to give them a baseball, especially if I could get the players to just sign some and then send them off to where they get them baseballs for major leagues. And give every kid a baseball. But boy, 2,500 kids with a baseball there and $25 to $35 worth of junk food in them, it could get a little messy, and we could have some balls on the field. But no, I think that's the way you save. You got to bring kids and get them involved in a game. I remember going back, I remember I was 8 or 10 years old. And my brother-in-law, Ray, the gentleman that passed away a while back, he took me to my first White Sox game with Ron and Russ. And it was before the interstates. So we went back roads into Chicago, and we ended up on Paradise Avenue, a one-way street full of nothing but winos, drunks, and, them girls that like to wear their dresses real short. As a young kid, I was scared, and my brother-in-law saying to Ron and Russ and me, just keep your mouth shut. Don't say nothing. Because it's hot and we didn't have air conditioner in the car, so we had to have our windows down or we were going to cook. But we get to the game. We go in the game, and man, just walking in the park, seeing them taking batting practice, it was like, I don't think I blinked the whole while we was at the game. And then we came home, and we stopped in Bradley, and I had $1. We stopped at the original McDonald's, the first one ever in Kankakee, Bradley area. And I got 3 hamburgers, 4 French fries, and a pop, and got change back for my $1. I ate a hamburger, I ate a French fry. I took 3 French fries and 2 hamburgers home and gave one to my mom and dad, and I ate a French fry. But think of it, less than $1. 12 cents for the hamburgers, 12 cents for the fries, and 10 cents for the pop. Now, you could get bold, courageous, and you could get a cheeseburger for 15 cents. And I just couldn't see paying 3 cents for a little bitty piece of cheese. And guys, that was back when McDonald's was good. But kids, that's some of my being a kid. The enjoyment I got from going to a ball game, and how would you like that? Princess, our little queen, Hunter, how would you like to go to ball games like that? I mean, I'm sure where you live, you don't want to go see the White Sox. But the whole thing is if with this money, if one person like me and a couple of other people invest in teams, what if we get this all around? I mean, and I know I'd be made fun of, because if I bring in, say, if I bring in 5,000, that's 400,000 kids a year. Seats are probably going to be empty anyway, so technically it's just costing me the $35, 25 or 35 for the treats, and it doesn't cost, as the owner, it wouldn't cost me that much for the food anyway, because there's so $7 for a hot dog, which I hope we go to the new prices, that'll all come down. But it's just an idea, Boogaloo, Boogaroo, and Boogie, I'd love to be able to take you guys to a ball game. And, even if, I buy the White Sox and I come to places where you guys are, I could set something up for you guys. Hey, go to your school and see how many kids would be willing to go to a ball game, and set up the bus transportation and the money and everything at your school. I might not be able to send that many, but get you kids. I want to save baseball. Kobe's supposed to come back and save basketball. Walter's supposed to come back and save football. Now, I don't put myself in the category of Walter and Kobe, and I'm hoping the Golden Jet comes back and saves hockey. What a slap shot. Boom. What an amazing skater. But, little Leona, you're starting to grow up, little Elon. I can tell you right now, super gymnasts and Patriot 7, boy, when I mentioned this to them the other day, they was like, oh, Papa, we'll go all the time. Well, we'll have season tickets. If we're the owners, it's kind of easy for you guys to go. But can we bring friends? Sure. We'll just give you a suite, and you and your friends can go up in a suite. Think about that. If you bring one lucky group in of these kids, and they get to go into the suite and watch the game. They get everything given to them. Whatever groups of kids are coming in, you could draw. Keep it professional, and you could draw. This particular group that holds 50 kids in their bus, they get the suite for the game. The rest of them, you're out myself personally, I would much rather be out in the crowd. If you've never been to a major league game, man, there's nothing like them. I guess what I'm doing with the kids tonight is just dream building. I've talked to Small Hank and the little monkey, and the little monkey goes, we can go to a ball game again? Yeah. Can I get a dot dog? A dot dog? What's a dot dog? Does he mean a hot dog? Yeah, a hot dog. And then Kira, I mean, she's went to one game already. We went last year for Liam's birthday, and
As long as you don't put ketchup on it.
well, there's Ron says as long as you don't put ketchup on it. That's the beauty about being a kid. At their age, they can put ketchup on a hot dog in Chicago and no one says anything. You get a little bit to where you're even in your teenage years, you put ketchup on a hot dog in Chicago and someone sees you and they read you the riot act. So, you know, pretty sure I covered all the kids tonight. Did I miss anybody? I don't think so. So, kids, there's where we're at. And I want to get into the show. And, you know, tonight's show, I just wanted to kind of cover some things and go over some things and that. Before we got into the nut and bolts of the show, because here's some breaking news. The federal judge who upheld the block against President the Hat's deporting violent gang members was a campaign volunteer for Obi per Daily Wire. She also has given $30,000 to the Rats Fund. This is beyond rigged. Now, when someone mentioned a few minutes ago thanking the military, the people who have served, and anytime you see someone in a military uniform, or if they've got an Army hat, Navy, Air Force, Marine, whatever, and you think they're in the military and you're out and you say, oh, did you serve? And they said, yes, I did. Thank you. And you shake their hand. But this is from our new FBI Director, Kash Patel. The next time you see a police officer, thank them. The next time you see law enforcement protecting our schools, shake their hand. The next time you see an FBI agent faithfully keeping our streets safe, maybe give them a hug. These are the brave men and women doing the work to protect America's cities. As FBI director, it is an honor and privilege to work with them, and we're just getting started. And I agree with that almost 100%. But as you and me both know, there's some three-letter agencies, one that I just read there, that are not very good. And for covering up what they've done to children and covering up what they've stolen and covering up all of these things that they've covered up, I'm sorry, but I would have a very, very hard time going up and thanking them. If I ever seen Sue Thomas, I would thank her. I don't know if you guys know the show, TV show, Sue Thomas, FBI. She's a deaf FBI agent. She's very pretty. And it's a pretty good show. But the actors do a good job. There's other shows out there about the FBI. They do a good job. But I have a hard time watching them because of everything coming out. And I don't know if you guys have listened to Restored Republic today. And if you haven't, don't make it a priority. There's some good things in it, but there's so many things in it that are just terrible. Like one of the things in it is they call them the black robes. Have you noticed every time our newly elected president, every time he passes a law, these black robe people, they overrule it. Well, you know what I think we're going to have to do? We're just going to have to go down and get rid of these black robe people. There's some good ones, and you find out which ones are and which ones aren't. But when you find out these Black Road people are giving donations to this rat party, see, you wouldn't want to be you. And you know what? Don't just quit by taking their black robe away from them. Give them a free trip. A one-way trip to GITMO. And let them sit in front of a real Black Road people, in front of real people who's there to hear the truth, nothing but the truth. So help them God. And see how amazing they think they are there. And how they abused their position, and see how they're going to pay for it. That's just my thought. Breaking. The incoming SEC chairman is pro, with a money sign, XRP, and has made digital assets a top priority. This is huge to the crypto space. Boom! Make some room. Jaw-dropping. Fantastic. Utah become the first state to ban fluoride in public water. I don't know if I'm going to be able to read this next one. Maybe I am. Nope. For all of those who still think the Big N is a myth, Mississippi is leading the way. No state income tax for Mississippi starting in July. I'd already read that, but I wanted to. And here's one. Look who's got the red folder. The stage is set. First indictment unsealed publicly. First public arrest, 11/3. Well, in the picture, there was a picture of some people. I couldn't, on my phone, I couldn't get the picture big enough to see who it was. And then the other picture looked like the guy holding the red folder was the hat. But I'm not 100% sure, so. But first public arrest coming soon. And remember, they say the first public arrest is going to shock the world. But here's my question to you guys tonight. Is a first public arrest going to shock the world that the people who are sleeping live in? Or is it going to shock the whole world and even shock us? Because I don't think there's anybody out there that they could say did something like this and be the first arrest that would really shock me at this point. There's some people out there I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping they're clean. But to say they're shocking me, I don't think it would do it. Because right now, I'm not 100% sure the hat is 100% clean. And I kind of say that as a joke, but then again, it's been sent to me by many of people contacting me, asking me, and I said, I don't know. You know, yes, I used to really think he was, but then I've had so many people ask me, I think, oh, no, maybe he's not. To clear up all confusion, the toll-free numbers that are to come out at the time of the RV announcement are only for those with foreign currency and bonds to exchange, redeem, R&R, Big N / Big G will come out in other ways to the public. Now, also, guys, I can't say one way or another, but I'm going to give you my opinion. There's a lot of truthers out there right now. And these truthers are saying that when we go to the redemption center, there may be only be Dong, Dinar, and Zimbabwe Zim. That might be the only three. The other ones might not be ready. They don't know. Da 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 da. Well, Brucey kind of talked about that last night. And I don't know if that was the point that President pointed at him, but he said something to the regard that, Bruce, you're fired. If you're going to say things like that, you're fired. So there's a lot of people saying that there's not going to be just but 2 or 3. And I know there's people out there that some of them's only got Venezuelan currency. But myself personally, I think when you go, you just take everything you have. And I think they're going to honor everything. That's my personal opinion. I just think there's people out there that they're saying things because they've been saying other things for so long and it doesn't happen. So see, like me on our show, I don't take any money for doing a show. So if 200 people show up tonight, great. If not even 100 people show up tonight, that's okay. The people who don't show up, they're missing it. The people who do show up, they're struggling through it. You know, it's just there's so many out there that doing these shows is their bread and butter for the week. I mean, there's some of these people out there that they do shows every day. And they'll ask a question about something on Monday, and you'll give him your answer. And on Tuesday, they'll ask the same question, and he gives a totally different answer. And me and Ron just was discussing that today because he mentioned the guy's name, and he said this. And I said, yeah, but just yesterday he said this on the same subject. I mean, they're changing their mind more than a lot of people, especially us senior citizens. Change your underwear. I mean, I tried to change mine at least every 4 days. And if you believe that, I got some land I'll sell you. And I can hear Margaret right now saying, yeah, he really goes a week at a time. So anyway, let's see what else we got. Special beds, conscious healing while you sleep. Introduction. Imagine laying on a special bed, drifting off into a deep, peaceful sleep while your body is being completely repaired, rebalanced, and renewed. Special beds are designed to connect you with a subconscious state where healing is faster and more complete. While you rest, organs regenerate, cells restore balance, brainwaves sync, that's SYNC, with natural cosmic rhythms. You wake up energized, aligned, and reborn. Can you imagine that? Savior, I was talking about you a few minutes ago. Can you imagine going to bed or going into the center and you get in there and they close it and maybe there's some little special music playing for you and
Wear black underwear.
you know, yeah, you got to make sure you wear your black underwear and black bra or bikini top. Can you just imagine drifting off into the, you know, as a person who's struggled with sleep apnea over time, to go to bed and just lay there and sleep, and then when I wake up, feel like I did 20, 25 years ago. And wait a minute, maybe when I first wake up this time, before I go back, I might want to not go back and feel like I did 20 or 25 years ago. Because 20 or 25 years ago, I was still married. Not feeling like I did when I was 46, 45. Man. How about when you get on that next bed and when you get off of it, you feel like you were when you was 28 or 29. I remember when I was 28 or 29, I was still a good ball player. I would love to be like that now, where I could go out and really work with my grandsons and my granddaughter if she wanted to play ball. And just be there for them all the time. My grandson, I go over and it's always, Papa, you want to go out and play catch? Snow on the ground? I said, what, are we throwing snowballs or what? No, we're going to play catch. And I tell him, you don't throw the ball good enough, you don't catch the ball good enough, we'll ruin the ball. No, I'm just messing with you. I don't say that to him. But no, just imagine how it's going to feel it. I go over to his birthday in September. He's going to be 10 years old. And he looks at me and says, Papa, you want to go play catch? And I go play catch. And I throw him a fastball instead of him throwing me one. He wants to pitch. And he's got a decent enough arm to pitch. What you got to get it through to a kid who's 9 years old or going to be 10. In that league, all you have to do is throw strikes. You don't have to have speed. You don't have to have a curve. You don't have to have, all this other stuff. And I really and truthfully believe, even when you go up into the majors, I mean, my goodness gracious. The White Sox has had 6 pitchers that have to have Tommy John surgery from spring training. Yesterday, the White Sox win. Their pitcher had thrown 73 pitches through 6 innings, and they took him out because they didn't want to overwork him. Now, for the older people here who can remember baseball, Bob Gibson, Denny McLain, Juan Marichal, and there's so many, I can mention so many. Ferguson Jenkins. Wilbur Wood. Could you imagine going out on opening day with thousands of screaming people? You're winning, you're throwing a shutout, and you've thrown 73 pitches. And they take the ball from you. Steve Stone, the White Sox, one of their announcers, he's the color man. He was talking the other day about one year they had some injuries on their team. But their schedule was set up that they had a few days off. So him and his other pitcher was pitching every 2 games. And they would go 8 and 9 innings if they could. They was pitching every 2 games. Now a pitcher pitches and he don't pitch for 5 more days. And as we're watching this game yesterday and his White Sox pitcher, the announcers say, boy, if we can just get 5 innings out of him today, they're going to be ecstatic. If you would say something to these pitchers that I mentioned, they would bury you. It's unbelievable what they do now. That's why I want to save baseball.
What time you came out?
What's that?
Talking to your dog. She was in their store.
Restored Republic. Compiled by Judy Bidington, Friday, March 28, 2025. Commander-in-Chief, the hat, activated Global Military Alliance. As a judicial coup, COUP, went underway to destroy the U.S. Republic and globalists X blank, T and N, I don't know, thousands of children as the FBI hid evidence. Pam Bondi, U.S. Attorney General. A nation run by mass media will never know the truth. A country run by banks will always be in debt. Healthcare run by big pharma will never cure disease. A state run by war will never know peace. Speaking of Pam Bundy, man, this girl, she has it. Someone said the other day, she's not done nothing yet, as she's announcing catching one of the most notorious criminals, bringing him back to the United States, of which they will try him, and he will never see outside a wall again. I say no, don't bring him back to the United States. No, I did not, Margaret. I read what she said and I talked about it. I did not talk to her though, but I did report it here that she did have the credit card paid off. A lot of things on here I can't read tonight, guys. What we think we know. This is the coup I told you was on the way by Supreme Court Justice Roberts on down the the black ropes, what they're trying to do to the hat. FBI Pam Bundy announced that the three-letter agency has been hiding evidence, names, dates, flights, logs, territories of hundreds of children, that came up missing. Yeah. Let's see. Here's Bruce, what he had to say. Bondholder paymasters were saying bondholders would have access to their accounts over the weekend. As of this morning, 12% bondholders had gone through. The full revaluation will happen after the 1st of April. The Iraq dinar, dong, and zim dollars were the key. And I'm not going to read that. I've already talked about that. Multiple say Tier 4B could get appointments tomorrow, but more likely Saturday or Sunday. Today, the 800 numbers was being loaded in various systems. Emails would be sent out from Wells Fargo that will tell you how to set your exchange appointments. Tuesday, April 2nd is Liberation Day and the day the DOGE checks and deposits are supposed to start. The month of April will have increase in Social Security payments. R&R payments will be in our accounts at the Redemption Center. You can have up to 3 bank accounts associated with the Quantum accounts. That's about all I got, guys. I'm starting to have trouble talking again. This is more than I've talked now for 2 days, 3 days. And I hope everybody has a great weekend. I hope we do a special call over the weekend and get together. But for right now, I'm going to say good night. God bless, and me and Ron love yous all.